Hi team, good evening. Let me introduce myself. My name is Urvashi Singla and I will be your instructor for this course. Some of you have already met me in the workshop that I did. One I did for Netflix clone as well. And you are like new, so I'll just introduce myself. So basically I work as a freelancer corporate trainer and I work as a developer as well, and I have a good amount of experience in development, and now I'm all into trainings. So I will be helping you guys learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript in depth, and we will be doing interesting activities, and I will be giving you guys assignments as well for your everyday practice. Okay. Now there are a few pointers I want you guys to just note it down. So I will give you guys trainings, let's say 6 to 6:45, and then after that, if you have any questions, even during the training, if you have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself and ask the doubt. Okay. Secondly, whatever task I will give you guys, okay, let's say today, if I give you guys any task, you have to complete it by tomorrow. Okay. Regularity is very important. Even if you skip any one task, just think of it something like a backlog. Because if you skip that task on Wednesday, you will have two more tasks to do. Okay. And the only thing is important in coding is consistency. Every day you should be doing coding. And for doing that, you will have whatever we have covered in the class. Plus, I will give you assignments every day. Okay. Any questions, anyone? You guys can drop the questions in the chat box as well. Okay. All right. So today we'll start with very basics of HTML. All right. Okay. So team, today we'll start with very basics. Let's say introduction to HTML, fundamentals. What is HTML5? Attributes, heading, paragraph, formatting, and quotation elements. This is what we are going to do today. Okay. So today's session is very basic, just to set you guys have this context in your head what HTML is, why we are learning HTML, what is the history of HTML. And once we will know all these things, we'll start writing the code in HTML. And one more thing, team, you guys can do coding with me, like the way I will be doing live coding. So you guys can also do the coding in your systems. Okay. All right. So firstly, team, what is HTML? Okay. So HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Now, you guys must be thinking, what is HTML? What is JS? What is CSS? Why we need these technologies? Okay. So whenever you guys have to create any website, so there are two categories of applications. Firstly, one is mobile application and one is web application. So you guys are majorly going to work on web applications, website development, website application. Okay, so all your Amazon, Facebook, all the popular companies, they have one mobile application and one web application. So we are going to work majorly on your web application. Okay, that is your website application. So to create that website, okay, there are two parts, front end and back end. So we are learning front end technologies in that. So whatever UI part that you guys see in any website like Facebook, Amazon, Instagram, that is what your UI part is. If I open any website, let's say, even if you guys see this Google Meet, we're able to open chat box. Okay, we are able to click on this icon. I'm able to click on this icon. So all this part is going to be your front end part. Okay, so that is exactly what we have to do. So the UI part that we see when you open any application, that is what we are going to create. So if I open this Amazon, if you see these color, this icon, this image, all this part that is coming here, it's all coming because of these technologies, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That is what we're going to do. Okay. The next thing is, what is the difference between HTML, CSS, and JavaScript? So HTML is going to help you to add the content. Content means this text, business deals, this image, icon, these images, and these text, all these stars, all this is coming because of HTML. So HTML is used to define the structure, the content that goes inside your website. Okay. Now, how this content is placed, like this, these two images are next to each other. Okay. Then these cards, these three cards are next to each other. This is having blue color. This is having orange color. Okay. And then this color is bold, let's say summary is in bold. So all these are going to be your css part, styling. Okay, you can consider css something like your word document. Even this ppt, if you see, I've added this orange color in the background, so it is also styling I've added. Okay, now this content, just imagine this content I've added through html. Suppose in a this is a website, let's say this content is added through html, the text, then the colors, these background colors and placement of the content is done by CSS. And JavaScript is your interactivity part. Okay, like when you click on a button and something happens, when you click on submit, your order is placed. That is what your JavaScript part is. Okay. So this is what HTML, CSS, and JavaScript is. Now we have three technologies. Out of these, we always start with HTML because firstly we write the HTML code, then we write the CSS code, and then we write the JavaScript code. And that is how we do in the real time as well. Okay, we always start with the HTML part. Any questions so far? Yes, guys. We are starting with very ground level. I'm considering from a point where no one knows about HTML, CSS front end. Okay, so I'm starting with ground level. So you will, those who even doesn't have a technical background, they will also understand it. Okay, all right. So now, out of these three technologies of front end, I am picking HTML. And by the end of this course, you guys will be able to create the UI of a website. So we are picking HTML for now. So your HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Now, what is markup language? If you guys see JavaScript, your Java, your Python, your C Sharp, your C++, all these are programming languages. But your HTML is not a programming language. Even your CSS is not a programming language. Okay, it's a markup language. That means we are going to mark this to our browser. Okay, we are going to tell our browser how a particular content will display in UI. Okay, for example, if I put this is called H1. H1 means heading tag. If I put any content in this tag, opening and closing tag, this is called opening and this is called closing. If I put any content in between these, this will be displayed in UI with heading 1 fashion. That is in the form of heading 1. Okay, heading 1 means it will be bold, it will be big in size. So that is what we're giving as instructions to the browser, how a particular content will look in UI. That is what markup is. Okay, and if it's not a programming language team, there is no logic, there is no programming. You just need to learn HTML. Okay, you just need to understand it's a tag based language. There are going to be a tag like H1, H2, H3. Okay, you just need to remember those, and whenever you need, you can use them. Okay, so in HTML, you don't have to really put your brain or logic, just like you have logic building, all those concepts in JavaScript. You don't need all these here. You just need to learn what type of tags we have, what categories of tags we have, and simply you can use this in your logic in creating a UI. Okay, so HTML basically stands for markup. Markup means it is telling the browser, it is marking to the browser how a particular content will look in UI. And it is going to help me to define the structure of my website. Now, structure means if you guys see this website, header is coming here. This is called heading part. This is called navigation bar. Okay, these are called different sections, and this is called the footer section. Okay, so you are actually defining a structure. What content will come? Firstly, header comes, then different sections come, and then the footer comes. And all these content you're able to structure because of HTML. If you don't have HTML, you will not be able to bring these content here. Nothing will come. These images, these text will not come. It's all coming because of HTML. Okay. I could see few people have raised their hand. Any questions, guys? Venkatesh and Akhil, you guys have any questions?
Nothing, madam.
Okay, please lower your hand. Okay, guys, if anyone has question, they can raise the hand and post that in the comment section. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now with HTML, you can create your own website. Okay, so just by learning HTML, you can actually define the structure. Once we will learn CSS, JavaScript, we will add functionalities, we will add styling to it. And HTML is your tag-based language. So tag is nothing but you can consider it like a syntax. It's a instruction that you're telling to a browser how a particular content will look in UI. So that is what HTML is. This is the importance of HTML. If there is no HTML, there is no content, image, video, nothing can come in UI. Okay, that is what HTML is. Now, next question comes: why we always learn HTML in front end development? Why is it that important? Like, is there any other language can I learn before HTML? So for that, we need to see the history. Okay. So their history of front-end development, website development team, it all started around 1990. Okay. So this is the person, Sir Tim Berners-Lee. He introduced HTML. So you can just imagine approximately 30 years back, your front-end development started. That was your website creation started. Website development started around 30 years back. So very first technology that got introduced, the language or introduced, the technology that got introduced was HTML. That's why we always start with HTML. Okay. So before HTML, there is no technology for front-end development. So first technology that got introduced for front-end development is HTML. Okay. That is the reason we always start our for front-end development learning journey with HTML, because this is like compulsory to understand. Even if you go to any advanced technology like React, Vue.js, or AngularJS, even in those we write HTML at the end of the day. So you guys need to learn HTML. Okay, it's a very basic and first technology of your of your front end. So that's why we always learn HTML. So this is a technology from where your front end development started. The first web page that went live in the year 1991 was created by him only, and this is how it used to look. Okay, so you can just imagine this is how your website used to look back then, 1991, and this is how it looks now. So you can see how much front-end development has evolved in just 30 years, approximately 30 years. Okay. So this is the reason we always start our front-end learning journey with HTML, because this is the first and the very important technology or language for your website. If you don't have HTML, you cannot create a structure. You cannot add this content, these lines, these text, these images inside your website. It's all possible because of HTML. Even in your advanced technology, you write this only. Okay, you write HTML only at the end of the day. Clear? Any questions, anyone so far? Okay. Let me quickly conclude these three slides. Okay. So firstly, we have HTML. So your front-end development started back in 1991. So HTML was the first technology that got introduced. Okay. This is how your first web page used to look. This web page. Okay. And nowadays, if you see Facebook, Instagram, Amazon, that is how your websites look now. So it has evolved. And how we are able to do this? Because of HTML, because HTML is allowing you to add images, add the content in your UI. This is called UI, user interface, the place from which you can access, you can click here, you can do something with the website. Interactivity. Okay, interactive means, let's say if I'm saying something, you guys are listening to me, and if you say something, I can reply to whatever you are saying. That is what interactivity is. So I'm able to do all these content part here. It's because of HTML here. These images, this content means this whirlpool 7.5, this thing, and then after this image, and then these two cards, these images, this heading. Okay, all this is possible because of HTML. So content, the text, the heading, the images, videos, audio, all that part comes from HTML in a website. Is it clear? Any questions, anyone so far?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And this is the,
Madam,
yes.
madam,
Mhm.
madam, we can also create this all by using the other languages also, no, madam.
For example,
We can also create this all things by using other languages, no, madam.
no, you can only put this content using HTML. If you go to advanced technology like React.js, Vue.js, okay, so there is one term called JSX. Okay, so in that also we write at the end of the day HTML only. If you have to include a heading, you can put it using HTML only. There is no other technology. All your advanced technologies again are based on these only base HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Even if you go to any other language team, like I said, even if you go to React, Angular, Vue, Next.js, Those are also advanced UI technologies. Like we are looking at basic one, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. These are called the three basic magic trio of front end development. But if you guys go to any advanced technology, what will happen? There you will see you are at the end of the day, you are writing JavaScript there, you are writing HTML there, you're writing CSS there. Definitely, they all those technology have the main reason why they are created, but basic knowledge of these technologies are required. You cannot learn React if you don't know HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So base is this HTML. It starts even for HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. The base starts from HTML. Even in those advanced technologies, you guys are going to write HTML at the end of the day. Okay, so those are the technologies, all the advanced one based on these three basic technologies. So in front end development, if I talk about just front end part, you need these three technologies knowledge. Otherwise, you cannot learn others. And for creating the structure, it's always going to be HTML only. Okay, there's no other technology. Okay. And this is just for your knowledge. I added this slide. Like this is just to give you guys, just a knowledge of how all this front end and all started and how websites used to look back then in 1991 and how they look now. Okay. And one more thing, team, your websites can be accessed through web browsers. Okay. Like Google Chrome is one web browser we have. So this is the place from which I'm accessing this Google Meet, Amazon. So your websites are hosted on the servers and we can access it through these you this is the place you write URL. Okay, uniform resource locator. So here you open your websites in the web browsers. Now next we have client side and server side. Since we are looking at front end development team, you guys should know these two terms very well, client side and server side. Okay, client side is going to be a UI part wherever you can access your web browsers. It can be your mobile. In mobile also we have Google Chrome. We can have Microsoft Edge there. Okay, we can put those download those uh, uh, browsers there, browser applications in a mobile phone. So if you open any website, Amazon, not through app, I'm talking about Google Chrome. Okay, so through Google Chrome, if you open any website, Amazon, Facebook, Instagram. Okay, and if you open the same website through laptop. Okay, so that the main common thing in those things are web browser. So web browser is very important. So in websites, you open your websites in a web browser. Okay, this is important. So you can consider this client side like your web browser. This laptop is there. In laptop, you can just imagine web browser is open and two, three websites are open in a different apps. So let's say next question comes where your website is going to be hosted. Okay, let's say I developed my code here in Visual Studio Code. Let's suppose. So how am I going to give it to the people to so that other person can also see the output or other person can also use this website? Okay, so where should I upload my code? The next question is this. So for that team, we always host our websites or the code that I've written on servers. This is very important. So whatever code that you guys write, okay, for now, for your training part, you can upload it on GitHub or Google Drive. Okay, but in real time, once your project is ready or development is done, there is term called production phase. Okay, so when you deliver your project to the client, that is your production phase. Okay, so there you guys need servers. So you need place. You can consider it like just like you want a place to keep your books. Okay, you need a bookshelf to keep your book there. Similarly, you need a table to keep your laptop on it. Okay, similarly, you need a place where you can put your code or place your website. Okay, all your the HTML, CSS logic we are going to write. I have to keep it somewhere. So that place server is going to be that place is called your server. Okay, so that is the reason when I click on any website, I'm able to open this because of my this Amazon is hosted somewhere. Okay, so that is where your server part is. And there is one more thing called database. So all the data that user enter, like email ID, password, number, all the forms, wherever user is filling any form, all that data goes and sits inside the database. Okay. So whenever you guys click on sign up, you write the email ID, password. When you click on sign up, a request is sent to the server, and server will store that data in the database. Okay, and you get a response. Data is added. Whenever you guys click on sign in, a request is sent to the server. It will fetch the data like whatever you entered. That is the reason if you write any wrong data, it brings the data from the database. So that is the reason it compares your email ID, let's say, and it knows you have entered right email ID or not. Even in your Gmail, when you click on sign up, you create a new account, right? And when you sign in, it just check your email ID is correct or not. The one you added earlier and the one you have added now. If it's same, the password is correct. That is the reason you're able to log in. So this request and response is done by your APIs. Okay. This must be a little confusing for now because it's a part of JavaScript. All your servers, all your database, all this connectivity, all that is a part of your JavaScript. Okay. But since today is the first day, you should know how websites are working. Okay. So this part is called a front end, client side. This is what we are going to work on. But there is one more part of a website called backend, which has servers and database. So as a front end developer, we should know what is server, what is database. At least basic knowledge is required. Okay. And client side is something we will see in detail. That is where our HTML, CSS, and JavaScript is. Okay. So there are different technologies for front end and back end. So when you're working with servers, you have different set of technologies. If you're working with database, you have different set of technologies. When you're working with front end, you have different set of technologies. That is what we are learning: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay. So I will just pick out this client from it, and this is what we are going to see. So when you say client side, when you say front end side, it's the meaning is same. These are just different terms, but meaning is same. Okay, that is what client is. That is what we are going to do. We are going to create a UI, a client side part, from which user can access our website. Clear? Any questions, anyone so far?
Nothing, madam.
Leela, Lavanya, Dinesh, Yuva, Firoz, Prashad, Niharika, Anju, Manasa, Hemu, anyone? Okay. Now, team, this is just theoretical basic knowledge because there is no point of going directly to HTML because you should know why we are learning this, what is front end. So that's why I covered this basics. Okay. Now, next part we have is coding because that is where our play will come, our part will come as a developer when you have to write the code. Okay. So next question come where you are going to write the code. Okay. So we write our code in text editors. Okay. I'll explain that part. So, team, every technology that you write, you need some software. Okay. Just like for this meeting, we are using Google Meet. Similarly, if you guys want to write a code, okay, you need some text editor. We call it as text editor. Okay. So that text editor, there are so many text editors that we have. We have Sublime, we have Atom, we have Brackets. Okay. Uh, you have online editor as well. That is JS Fiddle. You see JS Fiddle. This is your online editor. Like online, you can write the code if you want to try something. Okay. But in real time nowadays in IT industries, we use Visual Studio Code. Okay. So that is what you guys have to install. I'll give you guys the link. So you guys have to install Visual Studio Code. Why we are picking this text editor? Okay, there are so many text editor. Why am I choosing this one? Because firstly, even if you're working with Indian project or international, preference is always Visual Studio Code. And there are so many features that we have. We can integrate our GitHub here. We have live share. Okay, we have so many extensions available here to download. Here you can see you can actually download so many extensions. So that is the reason we are going to use Visual Studio Code. Okay. So I want you guys to install that. I'll give you guys the link. You guys can start downloading it. Yes, Leela, I will explain, no worries. I will explain everything in detail. So team, here you can see, just open this link. Okay. You will see three things: Windows, Mac, and this Debian RPM. So if any of you is using MacBook, okay, then you have to click on Mac. If you're using Linux, okay, so these Linux, Mac, Windows, these are your operating system. Okay. So if you're using Windows, then you have to click on Windows. If you click on, if you're using Linux, I think those who are using, they must be knowing what Linux is. Then click on this. Okay. Or if you guys are using MacBook, then click on this one. Okay, so depending upon your operating system, you have to select. So let's say I'm using Windows, so I will click on this one. So once you click on it, it will start downloading here. So I want everyone to install it. And guys, one more thing. I don't know if you guys are connected through mobile or laptop. Please connect through laptops. Otherwise, let's say this installation, all that part you can do in the class itself. You really don't have to go back and do like spend your time in all these. So you can. I'm giving you guys time here to do all these things. Okay. So all your download part, all that part. Even if I have to, let's say maybe in the class, maybe on Friday, I give you guys some class activity. So I want everyone to join through laptops. Okay, I can ask anyone to share their screen as well on any day. And once it's downloaded, just go to downloads and double click on it. Okay, so here you can see the setup. In my system, it's already there. So I'm not going to do the setup. If you double click on it, you can start do the setup. Just click on next, next, next. Uh, Leela, you mean you are not connected through laptop? Okay, no worries, team. So today's your first day. If you guys are not connected through laptops or desktop system, it's fine. Okay, but from tomorrow, please join through laptop. Any day, I can ask anyone to share the screen. And once the download is done, please let me know. Vanuja, you have questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Vidya, Anita, Ashok, Dawood, Darshini, Ishwar, Prakash, Raju. Guys, any questions? Guys,
No, ma'am.
please unmute yourself and acknowledge whenever I take your name. Okay.
Ma'am,
Mhm.
I have one question.
Yes.
How to create the back end and front end? And firstly, no,
Sorry, come again.
how to create the back end, ma'am?
Okay.
And
Okay.
we have to one picture.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll explain that part. So we're creating the.
That picture, how can we install?
How can we? I think your voice is breaking. You're asking how to create backend, right?
Madam, now I connected to the laptop, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So team, for creating the backend, like I said, there are different set of technologies. Okay. So for creating your servers, we have, if you're going with JavaScript, if you want to go with JavaScript, let's say you once you know JavaScript, you can actually create the backend with JavaScript. For that, you guys need Node.js, Express.js. Okay. And for database, you need MongoDB. Okay. If you're going with
Okay.
other set of technologies, we have Java, we have PHP. Okay. We have these very technologies as well to work with backend.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. I'll advise you one more thing. If you're going with the advantage of going with Node.js and Express.js is because those are the advanced backend technology, which uh, it's like they're written over the top of JavaScript. So they use JavaScript concepts. Okay, but if you go with PHP, if you go with Java, those are different set of programming languages. So JavaScript is one of the programming language we have. So you have to learn everything from scratch in PHP and Java. If you go with JavaScript like Node.js and Express.js, then you don't have to go from scratch. You have to just learn in Node.js. But they all use JavaScript concepts.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. I don't have laptop. Those who don't have any laptop, okay, I'll suggest you guys one thing. Just open. I'm giving you guys one link. Okay, so that your practice not hampered or practice is going to be there. Just in your mobile phone, Open any browser, Google Chrome, let's say, and open this website. So you can practice HTML, CSS, and JavaScript through your mobile as well. Okay. If you don't have any laptop, it's absolutely fine. Okay, anyone. So if someone doesn't have a laptop, they can use their mobile phones. In mobile phone, you can open this GS Fiddle inside your Google Chrome, and you can see HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay, guys, is the
Okay.
setup done? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Harika, Vasant, Susanka, Shruti, Shirisha, Sindhu. Guys, if I'm pronouncing anyone's name wrong, please correct me. Okay. And whenever I take your name, please say yes, no, for whichever question I'm asking. Okay, setup is not done. Okay, guys, let me know. Once setup is done, we can continue with the class. Sneha, I will share all the installation link and everything in the PPT. Okay, I will include it in the slide itself. And at the end of the class, I will be sharing the code file and this PPT file with you guys. Okay. Guys, is the setup done? Anyone who is left? Anyone who is not able to do it, they can please share their screen. Revati, Manasa, Jeevan. Done. Which credentials? I don't have any idea what is LMS credentials you're talking about. Or maybe you can unmute and then say. Yeah, okay, Sindhu, team will share that. Okay, the Comrade team will share all those things, convey all these things to you guys. All your video, these all session recording, all the material and all. Team will provide you that. Okay. All right. Should I continue, team? Anyone who is left with the installation? Okay. All right. So team, once it is done, okay, let me show it to you guys. Once the installation is done, from here you can open Visual Studio Code. Just write Visual Studio and just double click on it. Initially, you guys will see some welcome tab here. Okay, initially, this is called tab. Okay, so here you will see a welcome tab. So you can close that. Okay. Next thing, what I want you guys to do is go to any folder. Okay. So I want you guys to maintain your code, everyday code that you will write, or even your assignments. It's just like I have done HTML day one. Okay. For tomorrow, I will write day two. So I want you guys to follow the same pattern. Just create a new folder like this one. Okay. Like here, you can create a new folder, let's say HTML, CSS, whichever technology it is. Then go to that folder and right click here, create a new folder. Okay. So let's say today's day one, just write day one. So that means day one will include all your practice assignments that I will give you guys after the class. Okay. So let me repeat, create a new folder. I mean, anywhere you in your system, you can create a new folder, let's say HTML. In that, create a new folder day one, anyone, lecture one, day one, anything you want to keep the name. And that it will be a folder, empty folder for now. Okay. Guys, those who don't have any laptop, they don't have any way to keep the record. What you guys can do is on this JS Fiddle, create an account. Okay. On this JS Fiddle only. So it's like you cannot create your structure of your code here in your local system, but you can maintain your code online. So in this JS Fiddle only, those who are using mobile, just sign in and create an account. Okay. So the everyday code that you write, you can keep a track of it here in the software. So that is how you can maintain your code. All those who are using mobile phone, those who are using laptop, they can go ahead with this. I want everyone to join through laptop or desktop only. Those who don't have a laptop, they can go with JS Fiddle and create an account. Okay. And those who have system, they just need to create a HTML folder. In that, create a day one folder or lecture one. Okay. So now initially your folder Visual Studio Code look like this. Okay. Click on File, then click on Add Folder to Workspace. Just click on File. Here you will see Add Folder to Workspace. Click on it, then select the folder. Okay. So I'm going to select day one. Here you will see day one and click on Add. And you will be able to see that folder here. This is called your workspace. Okay, let me repeat. Click on File, Add Folder to Workspace, select the folder and click on Add. And you can see your folder structure here. This is called your workspace. Okay. In that team, okay, right click here, click on New File. Okay, and write here index.html and press Enter. Okay, your file will be created here like this, index.html. Okay. So just right click here on this folder, right click here, click on New File, not folder, click on New File. Then just give a name to your file, index.html. We are writing .html theme because it's a HTML code. Okay, just like in your PPT, you save your PPT with .pptx, right? Okay, I can show you guys from here. You always save your PPT with .pptx. Okay, this is the extension. Similarly, for saving your HTML code, you have the extension called .html. Okay, and once you create a file, this is how it's going to look here. So whatever is the default browser of your system, of your laptop, let's say if it's Microsoft Edge, then you will see Microsoft Edge. If you're using Google Chrome, then you will see Google Chrome here. Okay, in my system, the default browser is Google Chrome, so you will see Google Chrome. And you can see it's a Chrome HTML document. Okay. So once you guys reach here, please let me know. And team, you can double click on this file to bring this file here. Just double click on the file, it will come here. Once your folder structure is created and added here, let me know. And those who are using, those who don't have any laptop, they can use mobile. In that, go to sign in, create an account, and online you can maintain your code. Okay, once you will have laptop, just download and keep your code in the local machine. Is it done, team? Guys, is it done? Any questions? Anita, Raju, it's done. Okay. VP, Vinita, Vasanti. Okay, done. Perfect. So team, here, there are two things. Okay, either I will start writing my code here manually, or just write exclamation and press enter. Okay, you will get the complete structure here automatically. Okay, let me repeat. Just write here exclamation and press enter. You will get the document structure here automatically. So in HTML, we follow a structure. So you will get that structure automatically here. Okay. Or maybe maybe according to your system, if it's not coming with exclamation, then write HTML column 5 and press enter. Then also the structure will come. Okay, so it's a shortcut so that we don't have to write the code manually. Okay, let me repeat. In this team, either you write the code manually like this, Okay, this is one way. Or what I can do, I can write exclamation and press enter. Okay, and I can see the document structure of HTML. So in HTML, you guys have to follow a structure. Clear? Is this part clear? Now, second part is team. If you see on the left side, okay, there is one thing called extensions. On the fifth number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On fifth number, there's extension. Click on it, okay, and search for live server. Okay, just click on the first one and click on install. I will explain it later, but for now, do these extensions we need. So this is right here, live server. Okay, click on the first one and click on install. I can say uninstall because in my system it's already installed. So in your system it will be installed. Just click on it. Okay. Second thing you guys have to install is Prettier. Just right here, Prettier. It's a code formatting software. Okay, code formatting. So just click on install here. Okay. So these are the two things you guys have to install, and once it is installed, you can just see it here inside this install tab. Inside this install, you can see I have added live server and I have added this Prettier code formatter already. Okay, so guys, go to extensions. Okay, here search for live server. Click on it. Just click on install here. You will see live server will be installed. Okay, then you guys have to install Prettier. Prettier is nothing but code formatter. Like whatever code I will be writing, it will just format according to that syntax. Okay, so you can just click on this install. In your system, it will be installed. In my system, it's uninstalled because I've already installed it. Okay, and then just remove it. And here you can see the install tab. Okay, so here if you see this install tab, you can see live server here and Prettier here. That means these are installed in your Visual Studio Code. These are the extensions provided to us by Visual Studio Code. Done? Is it done? Yes. You have questions, Praveen? Okay.
Ma'am,
Now,
yeah, ma'am, I have a question.
yeah.
Ma'am, good evening, ma'am. This is Praveen.
Yeah. Good evening.
Ma'am, ma'am, as you said that if we enter a exclamatory mark or another as of HTML something in the editor, we will get the structure of HTML. Then if
Hmm.
suppose we don't have a laptop, if suppose we are using a mobile, then what would be the structure of HTML if we need a
Nothing.
simple format?
Nothing. You guys have to directly write the code like this, heading one. You don't have to do anything. It's already structured and everything is installed inside this JS file. You have to directly write your code from here, heading one. So whatever I will be writing in the body tab, that is what you have to write directly here. You guys don't have, those who are using mobile, those are using JS Fiddle, they don't need to write anything as a structure in your HTML. Okay, just leave it. You have to start writing from the when I will start writing in body.
Madam, just now I installed, madam, what you said in the screen.
Okay, you have questions? Okay. Now, team, how this Prettier will help you? Just right click on this. Just go to your HTML file. Right click here. Click on Format Document. Okay. And it will format the document according to this. If it's HTML file, accordingly, it will ident your code. Okay. If it's a JS file, it will identify code. Okay. And ident means the spacing. Can you see the spacing left here? This is what indentation is. Like HTML will start from here, then head from here, then meta from here. So it will just do that. Initially, if you click on it, it will give you an option of configure. Okay, just click on configure like this. And just click on configure, you will see, you just click on Prettier. So next time you just have to click on format document. So it will format the document according to the Prettier. Okay. And the live share that I told you guys, okay, that is nothing but Let's say if I write heading 1 here, heading 1 is nothing but just whenever you guys want to bring a big heading in your UI, let's say I will write here study comrade. Okay. Right click on this and click on open with live server. Okay. Right right click on it and open with live server. This is the live server we installed just now. Okay. If you've done this, whatever is the default browser, let's say in my system it's Google Chrome, and your system it's going to be maybe Microsoft Edge. This is how you execute your HTML code. Okay. Second way of executing your HTML code is double clicking on this. Okay. If you double click on this file, you will see the same output. But the difference between these is if I make any change here, I can see that change in live server immediately. But if you go here to the one I executed by double clicking on it, what will happen every time you have to come and refresh to see the change. That's why we prefer to use live server in real time. Like I don't have to come and refresh. Whenever I will make any change, automatically, once you save this file, it will be automatically reflected here, the change. Okay. Yeah, I'll explain it again. So what I did, I just added one heading. Okay. Let's say I added H1. H1 means it will add a heading inside my UI. Okay. I will explain these part. No worries. For now, I'm just explaining the body part today. I will explain this part tomorrow. Okay. No worries. So this heading one, if you guys see here, if I write this code, you will see heading one in the UI. Study Comrade will come in UI. So what it is doing, this HTML code is telling to my browser, display study comrade in the heading one, in the form of heading one means begin size and bold. And now I am just explaining you guys how you can execute your HTML code. Right click here, okay. In the white space, right click here, click on open with live server. And you can see the output here. Okay. This is how the live server looks. But if you double click on this file from the machine, local machine, you will see the output, but it will look something like this. Okay. Now I will make some change in my code. I added H here. Okay. That change will be reflected immediately in the live server code, the one I ran through live server. But the one I double click on the file, here I have to come and refresh every time in this case. So that's why we prefer to go with live server. Because if I make any change, I can see the output directly.
Madam,
Hmm.
madam, I have one doubt, madam.
Yes.
If we want to display that study comrade hello, there is no need to write any meta now, madam. We can write directly after head by using the H1 tag. We can display now, madam.
Yeah, those who are using mobile, you're asking.
In laptop.
Yeah, in body, you need to write it.
After document HTML, in that HTML tag, after that head, after that title, after that closing the head tag, by opening the body tag, yeah, okay, madam. There is no need to write any meta now, madam. In
No,
that body, we can use.
no, body. Guys, I will explain this part. Okay, no worries. I will. This is called the structure of your HTML document. I will explain this part. And for now, I'm just explaining this body part. So body, whatever code you write in body, this part goes in UI. So whatever things you want to display in UI in the web browser, okay, that code you need to write inside this body. This is one of the tag you have. Okay. In that, I'm writing heading one. So heading one is telling me to the browser, telling my browser display study comrade in the form of heading one. Okay. If I add heading two, okay. So H2 is, these all are predefined tags. Okay. So you can see heading 2 will come in smaller size. Similarly, you have heading 3, heading 4, heading 5, and heading 6. These are the heading tags we have. Okay. In these, I'm just writing one single letter. And you guys can see the difference. So heading 1 is biggest in size and heading 6 is smaller in size. So you can see the size decreases as you write the headings. So these are the 6 type of headings we have in HTML. H1, H2, H3, H4, H5 and H6. Clear? Is this clear to everyone?
Hello,
Yes.
ma'am. I have a doubt.
Hmm.
after writing the code in Visual Studio Code,
Hmm.
we have to save or automatically it will saves.
You have to press Control plus S. Control plus
Okay.
S. Say basic commands like Control plus S will save. Control plus C will copy. Okay. Control plus V will paste. Like if I want to copy this code and paste it here, so I will select it. I will press Control plus C. Then I will paste it. Control plus V. Okay.
Okay.
These are keyboard commands. Okay, basic. Copy. Okay. Then this is going to be paste. If you want to cut something, let's say if I select this, I want to cut. So for that, we have Control plus X. Okay, and just every time you write the code, just right click here, format the document. So it'll be just add into your code.
Madam,
Hmm.
madam, something code you written in the screen now, madam. I
Hmm.
did not understand what you written between the headlines, madam. Head
This,
part.
this one,
Meta, madam. Between the head.
that is something I've not explained yet. I am just explaining the body tag for now. Okay,
Yes.
I will explain it tomorrow. Okay, no worries, guys. I will explain that tomorrow. Okay, guys, any questions till now? Anyone? Samira, your installation is not done. Any issue you are facing?
Madam, after writing the code, how to run the program, madam, in this
Right click here.
VS?
Right click here. Open with live server. Click on it, and whatever is the default browser, it will open your code there, output there.
Yeah, okay, thank you, madam.
This is the live server we just installed in extensions. If you don't have this extension live server, okay, then you will not see this option of open with live server.
Ma'am,
That's why it is need.
hello, ma'am.
Yes, Hebu. Yes, yes,
We wanted
yes,
to
Hebu.
text in middle, ma'am. Text will be in middle, ma'am.
Come
Okay,
again.
ma'am. Want to do this.
Okay, you are saying how to bring
All the
this
text,
heading in
ma'am.
center, right? Yeah, in center, right?
Ma'am.
For that,
Yes, ma'am.
we have to write the styling code. Okay. For now, I'm showing you guys how to do it, but we'll see this in detail in CSS. So this will come in center. You just have to write style is equal to textilize center. But this code is of CSS part. Okay. So we'll see this later. For today, after today's session, I just want okay. Yeah, you have to create the folder. Let me conclude, team. So after today's session, what you guys have, like what I wanted you guys as the output in your head is, firstly you should know what is HTML, what is front-end development, why we are starting a front-end development journey with HTML, how to create a HTML this folder firstly, how to bring this folder here, how to create a HTML file, how to bring this structure here, okay, and how to create a heading. This much I wanted to explain it to you guys today. Okay. I know in PPT we have these tags, attributes, and all these things, but I think we can cover that tomorrow. Okay. This is HTML5. I will give you guys this PPT. I'm not removing these slides, but we can continue from here for tomorrow. Okay.
Madam, is
No.
there any work to do, madam?
Yes, Akhil.
Is there any work, madam, to do?
Yeah, I'll give
Today's
the
session?
task. I'll give the task. Guys, you cannot debug your HTML code because it's not a programming language. Okay. So you have to follow the correct syntax. So what I will do, I will provide my file this to you so that you guys can compare your code with mine. Okay. And for that today's task, okay, you guys have to study about paragraph tag. Okay. And just try whatever we covered in class. Try because today I'm not giving heavy task. I know few people have are still not done with the installation. Okay, try whatever I did in the today's class. And guys, please don't worry about this structure. This structure I will explain tomorrow. Okay. But today, just focus on this part. That's why I'm not. I asked you to create a structure like this. Tomorrow, I will manually create it and show you guys every line, every line tomorrow. Okay. So for today, you can just practice what we did in the class. Okay, and ignore these two slides. Okay, you can ignore last two slides. We will continue from here tomorrow. Okay, and this is the task for the day. It's very simple. You just have to study about paragraph tag, and you have to try today's code, today's class code. That's it. Because and complete your installation, please. Those who are left, please do the installation of Visual Studio Code. If someone is left or someone was connected through mobile, and I can ask anyone to share their screen tomorrow. Guys, you can do this course without laptop. I mentioned this site, right? Okay, just go to JS Fiddle, click on sign in. Okay, create an account here. Sign up and create an account here. So online you can maintain your code. Okay, I'm writing the software here. JS Fiddle is there. Okay, you can use CodePen as well. CodePen. Okay, you can use CodePen as well. So there as well you can create an account and maintain all your codes here. So it's like those who have laptop, they're maintaining their code here, and those who have mobile, they're maintaining their code in their website, this website. So here, whatever I write in body tag, okay, that you guys need to write here. You don't have to write anything else. And if you click on run, you can see the output here. See, you can see the output here. Those who are using mobile. So when it's come to learning, you can definitely do it through mobile. Okay, you can use JS, but you need to create an account, because once I refresh, this code would go. Okay, like if I close this browser, this code would go. Okay, so if you want to maintain your code, okay, for your future, just create an account here, because once you refresh, this code goes. So you have to create an account and store it there. Okay. Any questions, anyone, with today's session? I will provide all the document and everything after the session. Okay, no worries about the structure. I will explain that tomorrow. And today I've covered only the body tab. Any questions, team?
No, ma'am.
Nothing, madam.
Okay, all right.
Nothing, ma'am.
Okay, thank you guys. Just do the task that I've given and we'll connect tomorrow. Okay, all the
Thank
best
you,
for
ma'am.
your practice. Thank you.
Thank you,
Good
madam.
night. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Guys, those who are facing issue with the installation, just go through the video recording. Okay, you will if you go through the video recording, you can see everything there.